This is genuinely the wildest British TV show ever made.
I could just tell by looking at her she wants me.
Biggest lot of I've ever heard.
I enjoy going to 7-star hotel type thing.
Does Mummy and Daddy let you have a drink?
Everything I'm saying is the wrong thing.
I like to have my own way. I usually get my own way, I suppose.
I personally would like to go home because I've had enough.
Hello, you gorgeous donut. Holiday Showdown matches up two totally different families, one rich and one poor. And they have completely contrasting ideas of what makes a good holiday, so the show decides to send them both away together to both of their ideal holiday destinations. And whilst they're there, they have to abide by the family that usually goes to this place's rules and how they like to spend their time on holiday, and that is non-negotiable. So if somebody says, I fight a shark when I go on holiday, you have to fight the shark also. That's not me foreshadowing. I have no idea if that's going to happen in the episode we're covering today. The best thing about this show is the families have no idea where the other family is going to take them until they're at the airport normally. So you don't know if you're preparing for like a summer holiday abroad or a rainy one in England. And the challenge for both of these families by the end of the episode is to convince each other that their holiday is better than the other ones, and also convince us in the process. Now, this concept obviously creates so much drama, especially with it first being shot in 2003. Nobody cared about their image back then. People would go on the telly for free just to be on telly. And I think that's what made this series so brutal. So I've decided today to cover the most brutal episode the show has ever aired, where near the end of the episode, after spending 2 weeks together, one of the mothers threatens to knock the other one out. It gets that bad. So before we actually meet the families, I want to show you the intro sequence because honestly, it's like a fever dream. Why is it deep fried? Genuinely, I feel like I need to sit down just after seeing the intro. Like, I would have to pause it when you couldn't even pause it in 2003. How did people do this? It very much reminds me of that advert that always used to come on before you'd watch, like, a movie on a DVD. The one where it was like, you wouldn't steal a car, so why would you steal a DVD? Piracy's a crime. We then get introduced to Danny and his family, the Dohertys, who are the first family that are going to be taking the other family on holiday.
Bit of posh and Becks in you? Well, we're Kim and Danny. We're better than them.
You know what? Yeah. Fairs, I agree. I would rather have a reality show with Danny and Kim, his wife, who we haven't actually seen the face of yet, but we're supposed to believe that she's better than Victoria Beckham.
The Dohertys are born and bred EastEnders.
Why have they chose this shot? Like, why has the producer chose to shot it like this? This looks like the start of like a rap video or something. Like the family's gonna drop the sickest rhythm I've ever heard in my life. Me saying that, even though I was saying it as a meme, sounds so unk. Yeah, has anyone got any rhythms that they can play in this club or something? Like, what?
Dad Danny, Mum Kim, 12-year-old Jamie and 15-year-old Kerry.
I also love how every single TV show around this period was shot the same way. This is exactly how they introduced the families of wife swap as well around this time. There was just a template, a format that seemed to work and they just ran with it for every show. We learn that they live in the East End of London and Danny works on a market stall there, which does come in handy later in this episode. But in my opinion, Kim is the boss of the family. She definitely has the most aura.
Being an East Ender, I wouldn't want to be anything else. Bullseye.
Alright. Calm down, Luke Littler. She just called bullseye and then hit it, and we're just moving on from that like it's nothing. Alright. That's fair play. Not a single person in the pub turned their head either. Just like, yeah, it's just what Kim does. It's what she does. There's another Saturday night for Kim, that. The Dohertys tell us that they save all year for their one holiday a year. They go to Menorca, and they go there every single year to the same hotel, apparently. And when they're on holiday, they stick to a very strict budget, in their words.
Let's say £40 a day.
We then meet the family who the Dohertys will be swapping with. This is the Plumbers, and they are very wealthy.
James is the director of 9 different companies.
Nine companies he's the director of. Come on, there's got to be a couple there that are just like stat piling. You know what I mean? I want to know how many podcasts this guy's got. You know, he started like a limited company for all of them. That's got to be at least 3 of the businesses. Like, you're a director of 9. Told enough being a director of 1, never mind 9. I can't get over that. I guarantee, like, his son's football team, he's registered that as a limited company, so he can say that he's a director of, like, another company. I definitely think he's trying to get into double figures. 9! Fucking 9!
I like to have my own way. I usually get my own way, I suppose.
Woo! Ooh, you're hard. I'm quite argumentative, actually, and normally I get my own way. Whoa. Sorry, James. What, with your own children are you talking about here? But again, it seems like it's Simone who's the boss of this family, and she is like ultra strict with what the kids eat. The kids aren't allowed to eat any foods that are fatty or like sweets or anything like that. They have to always stick to healthy food, which instantly contrasts with the Doggities. So it's going to be interesting how that plays out on holiday. Surely you let them off the cuff a little bit on holiday, though. Everyone does that on holiday, right? Like, you try to get in shape for the holiday, but when you're there, you forget that you've even been to the gym. You're like, yeah, I'll go back for seconds at breakfast because I fucking can. Give us 8 pancakes, boss man, it's all included. The plumbers usually go to holiday destinations that are really, really expensive, made only for the rich and famous, apparently. We are going to have to wait to see where they end up taking the Doggities in the second week, but I have high expectations. And you can tell, like, their kids have already adapted to having, like, a really high standard for a holiday.
I enjoy going to 7-star hotel type thing. Luxury.
7-star? Is that even a thing? Surely they've just... Is 7-star wait, I need to Google this. I thought 5-star was the best. 7-star hotels? You're just taking the piss there. Where did the other 2 come from? Killing everyone else's system. When do you ever rate anything out of 7? Oh yeah, I'm giving that a 7 out of 7. Let me pull this shit up, Ali. I need to fact check you here. There are no official industry recognised 7-star hotels. Shows what you know. I'm literally beefing a child here. The term 7-star hotel is a marketing term often associated with properties like the Burj Al Arab in Dubai. Oh, they're gonna take them to Dubai on the bloody hell. Okay, so yeah, like, you haven't actually been to a 7-star hotel, Alia, officially, so wind your neck in. I don't know why I'm getting offended at this. And it's definitely Alia that is the most concerned about the swap.
Could be a bird watching holiday in Scotland.
You must be joking.
Good.
That's so funny. You must be off your rocker. You must be joking. Bird watching. To be fair, that isn't for me either. You know, I've been on holiday to Scotland, but I didn't watch any birds. Not really for me. People that do, you know, participate, well done to you, right? If that's your idea for fun, go for it. Knock yourself out.
And not a package holiday. It's going mad.
I've never done that before, Alia.
Plenty of people that like that.
See, I don't even get offended at this. I just find it funny. Because obviously she's a child, so she doesn't really understand really what she's saying. I know she's not like a child, she's a bit older, but still. I love how she's looking down on package holidays. What's wrong with a package holiday? You can also get posh package holidays. The only reason it's in a package is because the flight and the hotels all come together. That's why it's a package. It doesn't mean it's cheap. Oh, what? You like order your flights on the same website as your hotel? Okay, come back to me when you're not a normie. I've never seen anyone have beef with, like, package holidays as just a term. Gonna hang me head in shame the next time I'm walking up to the Jet2 counter. The 2 families then set off for the airport in different taxis, and bearing in mind that the plumbers have no idea where the Doggities are taking them for the first week, I imagine they would be very stressed, but also, like, I imagine you'll get a free holiday. So anything's really a bonus in my eyes. Like, you know, it's free. The expectations are literally on the floor here. One thing that is, like, taking me back about watching this footage is how pixelated and blurry it is. Because obviously we used to watch footage that looked like this, but I can't believe we did because of how crystal clear everything is today. You'll watch a reality TV show and it'll be shot with like a black magic camera or like a red camera, like, you know, £10,000 cameras. Whereas nowadays, like, an iPhone is much better than the studio production quality cameras they were using back then. I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but I am a camera nerd and it just seems so weird that we were actually used to watching it like this. Or at least I was. I would have been 5 when this hit. Unk again. Back in my day, we couldn't see every crevice on the face. The plumbers then find out the destination that they will be travelling to.
You're going on a package holiday to Menorca.
Package. I'll be with you in a minute. Sorry, just the sheer thought of package. Oh, now the show frames Menorca as being like a really cheap holiday destination. I wonder in 2003 if it was seen as like the cheapest option.
Menorca's a lovely place. I've been there before.
We all said we thought it was package holiday. Knew it.
Yeah, she did call it, to be fair. She did call it. right? Nothing gets past Alia. Honestly, she should work at the airport. You know, she's obsessed with packages. She can check every single one. Both of the families then arrive at the Doherty's hotel that they always stay at. This is a 2-star self-catering hotel. So basically, like, none of your food and none of your drinks are included. You just sort yourself out. Normally when I go on holiday, I do like bed and breakfast. I feel like that's the best way to go about it for me, because I kind of like exploring. Like, I wouldn't want to have all of my food in the hotel. Anyway, I could send a glass eye to sleep. Why am I telling you that? Do you care? Let me know what is your best package for going on holiday. Okay, we can all have a little chat about it in the comments. That'll be really fun. That'll be amazing. That'll be a roller coaster. Anyway, sorry guys for that boring story. Yeah, normally when I go away, I actually like to go to bed at 9 p.m. Gotta get my 12 hours in. They then get shown to their rooms, and you can tell the plumber parents are definitely trying to remain as positive as possible.
Well, I wouldn't say it's pretty, but it's certainly
Well,
nice.
just being by the sea's great.
Yeah, it's not
Hot
messed
sunshine.
up.
I mean, I would say that's definitely pretty. You've definitely got one of the best rooms as well. Like, the sea view rooms are always the most expensive. Like, you've got a clear view of the sea. How is this not pretty? Yes, there's someone loading something into a truck, but he's going to be gone soon. You can't rate it down because of that. Oh, it's got a lot of eyesores though, hasn't it? A lot of, you know, that guy with the yellow t-shirt on kind of ruins it.
When we went to Turkey, it was nicer than this, but it wasn't
was
just
much nicer.
The house room was nicer.
It was a
but
huge
yeah, but I'm just saying the
Detached.
place.
You can tell, you know, this family are very detached from reality. You know, he's comparing this holiday to going to Turkey in a detached villa in, like, the rural suburbs, where I imagine you've got your own pool and, you know, all of your own facilities, not, you know, this hotel where you basically are just in a room. That's the closest thing he can relate this to. I feel like this might be a hard week for him. I am intrigued to see how they do, though, because I feel like this is going to be a lot of more of a cheesier holiday than they probably, you know, intend to go on when they're going away by themselves. Like, I imagine they're going to take them on the strip and do loads of, like, karaoke and stuff. So I'm intrigued to see how they cope with that. I also think this is a really good experience for their kids because, you know, like, Alia put down a package holiday when she's never even been on a package holiday, so she's mocking something she knows nothing about. So her going on this holiday is going to make her realise, like, this is actually really cool and really fun. Like, I don't know why I was laughing down at this. However, their positivity seems to be diminishing by the minute.
The only thing that I don't like is the nylon sheets. I think that's going to be a problem. We'll have to cope with that.
You know, if that's your biggest problem, I do feel like you're going to struggle here, James. Yeah, your biggest issue is that the sheets are, you know, a different material to what you're used to. What's so bad about nylon sheets? Are they, like, warmer when you're on holiday? Like, you know, does that mean it's going to be harder to sleep? Don't even know why he brought that up, especially on camera. Does he not know how this was going to, like, you know, get viewed? But at this point, the Dohertys are pretty convinced that they're going to be best mates with the plumbers.
I think they're just going to be normal, down-to-earth people that's going to enjoy themselves. I'm disappointed if I'm wrong.
Somehow, I feel like she might be. To be fair, I don't think they seem like nasty people or anything like that. I just think, you know, these are obviously just two totally contrasting families that probably would never cross paths if it wasn't for this show. So obviously, they're not going to put you on a show with a family that is exactly like you, because then it's not going to create any drama, and the concept is pretty, like, there's no concept, basically. The families then meet for the first time, and instantly you can kind of see how different they are.
How are you?
I'm great.
What's your name?
Dreaded who was going to win.
Do you know what? I would be fuming if I was a kid and me mum and dad had, like, participated in this and the other family had kids. I'd be like, oh, I taught him all holiday. Like, 2 weeks I got to go on his holiday as well. I know I'm on holiday, but, like, I don't want to talk. Do I have to talk to him? That was just because I was such a shy child. Like, just so shy. Like, I just wouldn't even speak. This would be like hell for me. Just seeing another child my age, I'd be like, I remember me mum always used to put us in the child's club that they would have on holiday. And me first day there, they were wrapping me in toilet paper, like, as a mummy. And I remember I left just crying, begging to not go back. I've had a lot of trauma in my life, I think.
Yeah. We're more than normal, but a bit weird.
A bit weird, yeah, but not too weird.
It's so weird watching two dads interact here. They're like, oh yeah, we're normal. Yeah, we're kind of normal. Yeah, we're weird. Yeah, I hope you're not really weird. It's like, what do you mean there? What kind of weird we're talking?
Can you all swim?
Yes, that's good.
Well, then you're all getting chucked in.
This is like in the first minute of speaking to them. Obviously, these are just like a normal family. Like, these are a family that, like, is very much like the one that I grew up in. But if you're not used to this kind of, you know, kind of boisterous kind of energy, I can imagine it being quite overwhelming straight away when you've just met them.
You're not a big drinker.
As long as we
Danny,
say
you want your own,
prayers,
mate?
as long as we say prayers before every meal.
Was he She's saying as long as we do a prayer before every meal. So you've got Kim going, what, you don't get pissed like through the day and everything? And then you've got Daddy trying to like save it going, no, but we do prayer. What we do prayer? We're good people. We're good people in there. All right. We drink the devil's juice, but we belong to the Lord. I can just see on the faces of James and Simone how overwhelmed they are. Like at one point in this conversation, Daddy turns to Alia and asks if she wants some alcohol. Bearing in mind, she's basically a child. Just quickly, we are trying to hit 1 million donuts on this channel. So if you want to be in the before 1 million donut club, press subscribe now. We're fast approaching it every single week. We're getting thousands of donuts joining us. So join the club, press subscribe. It's completely free.
Does Mummy and Daddy let you have a drink? As long as you only have 2 a day, it's all right. She's allowed 2 a day, right?
I would even put my foot down at this. Like, I think she's about, what, maybe 13? She's allowed 2 drinks, right? That's only 4 units. She can drive with that, man. Like, just seeing that young lass just drinking like a Carlin on the side of the pool, I would be like, yeah, I don't think that's really good for her. Like, I was allowed to drink when I was like 16, 17, but she's a lot younger than that.
She don't drink alcohol.
Not at all, no alcohol, sorry. We let her have 2 a day.
That's one thing we draw a line at.
Have you seen Simone's, like, body language? Bearing in mind, she's literally the mom. She's like this. No, we draw the line at that. You know, she's literally taking cover behind the chair. She's so uncomfortable. Like, why is this random man trying to get my child drunk? He's already said he's a bit weird. The families then return to their own rooms alone to have a debrief after meeting for the first time and a chance to kind of slag each other off.
Yeah, they seem absolutely fine to me.
They do not drink. We do not smoke. It's like, okay. What do you do for fun then? You know what I mean?
I understand if that's a big part of your life, but you're on holiday. You know, you can drink and smoke anywhere. Like, obviously you do drink and smoke. I guess you drink a lot more on holiday. But you've got so many fun things to do as well. Like, you know, the whole holiday doesn't have to just kind of boil down to just getting pissed, especially when your kids are there. If you're on like a lads or lasses holiday, then I understand it a bit more.
Between us, we can have a load of fun. I could just tell by looking at her, she wants me.
As the episode goes on, I feel like he's gonna, you know, cause a lot of issues. I do like the relationship him and Kim have, though, even though, you know, he's kind of disrespected her to her face there. She just takes it as a joke, and very clearly they have that kind of, you know, inside jokes with each other.
They've got to realise they're going to do what Kim wants, like me.
Once she knows that I'm boss, then it's going to be sorted.
Okay, instantly we've got a little bit of a bit of a hierarchy thing, a bit of an ego trip here. Because I don't think that Simone is good at taking orders from anybody, and neither is Kim. So them two are definitely going to butt heads until one person folds. It's now the first morning in the hotels, and the first thing that Daddy does when he wakes up, before he's even checked on the kids, is crack open a cold one.
It's the Doherty and Plummer family's first day.
Do you know what? I've stood up and applauded. I was already stood up, but well done, Daddy son. Holidays started the right way. It is such a weird concept that we do this. Like, you know, just because we're on holiday and it's sunny and it's a different country, you're just like, yeah, I'll just drink at 9 in the morning, why not? But you would never do that at all, like on a work day. Yeah, why not? I'm on holiday. It's like everything that you do that you normally wouldn't do, you just use the excuse of, well, I'm on my holidays. 10 pancakes for breakfast, well, I'm on my holidays, aren't I? I'm on my holidays. San Miguel instead of milk with your Cocoa Pops, well, I'm on my holidays. I'm on my holidays. They let us off. It's funny because the Dohertys are having basically a full English, like they're having eggs on toast, sausages, bacon, whatever. Whereas the Plumbers are having the same as what they would have at home. It's this kind of granola, soya, yogurt mix thing. Because like I said, Simone is so health conscious and the kids aren't allowed to eat any fatty foods whatsoever. Which is a shame because I definitely think on holiday you should be allowed to have a little bit of a break from all that. Now when they go down to the pool, this is where the first kind of real tension hits. As the Doherty's idea of a holiday is getting pissed by the side of the pool, not leaving the pool all day, just staying in the hotel. Whereas Simone and the Plumbers like to explore a little bit more. Like, I haven't seen a single shot in this episode since Daddy woke up where he hasn't had a beer in his hand.
This resort is absolutely wonderful.
He's just such a British dad. The Dohertys are also really annoyed with the Plumbers straight away because they've made no effort to sit next to them at the pool. They've actually sat in their own corner with an umbrella because they don't like the sun really. They want to sit in the shade. And they also don't want to be around the Dohertys because they're drinking and smoking.
I've not heard one swear word come out of their mouth yet. Whether they're thinking, oh my God, common tramp, I don't know.
But already, you know, they haven't really given that impression off to the Dohertys. mediocrities yet, so I feel like Kim is kind of prejudging them a little bit. They haven't used any language like that, and I don't think they are like that. I just think they're a little bit out of touch, but I don't think they're really nasty about it. I think Kim straight away has a little bit of a chip on her shoulder because she thinks that they think that they're better than her family, when I don't think they do. But maybe they do. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I guess we'll see later in the episode. Kim then tells us she splits the holiday budget to £15 per person per day. However, you can see that this is going to be a huge issue for the plumbers, especially Simone.
Something snacky food, but we don't have 3 meals a day.
Sorry, this isn't related to what she just said, but did you see Daddy just pencil drop into the pool there? Watch this action replay.
Something snacky food, but we don't have 3 meals.
For some reason, I feel like that'll piss James and Simone off even more.
We could just go to the supermarket and get some more fruit, get some apples, it'll keep us going till the next meal.
Kim's already losing control of her budget.
Come on, Kim! Come on, stand firm! You got bullied there! Make a starve! Make a kid starve if you need to! It is an interesting one, though, because I feel like on holiday, I don't ever have dinner. Like, I just have breakfast and then, like, tea, and then after you get out of the shower, you sit on the balcony with, like, a bag of crisps. That's what I do, and just scroll TikTok. But yeah, it's only half a day in, and the cracks are already starting to show. Bearing in mind, they've got another 13 and a half days with each other.
They probably think, God, they are snobbish.
And she's probably thinking we're full on and she's not used to it.
The microaggressions in both their conversations is so funny. Like, yeah, you know, she's probably just not used to someone with so much personality, you know, but she'll get used to it. They then end the day with having a barbecue for tea, and Simone absolutely hates this. She then decides to take things into her own hands.
Vegetarian stuff, and even that didn't please her.
When you say beans, what sort of beans?
Beans, baked beans.
Oh.
Yeah, love, like, when you go on holiday to, you know, places like this, they're just gonna have baked beans. Like, people don't even know. Like, I wouldn't even know if there is more than one type of bean. A lot of the time it is just kind of basic food that, you know, most people like, rather than catering to, like, different cuisines.
Simone has resorted to sneaking in her own supplies.
Simone, like the food, it's very basic. Is it nice? Not particularly.
It is a shame that she's kind of... I guess she is being honest, which is great. Like, you don't want her to just be nice for nice sake, but she really isn't giving this place a try. Like, she's just decided she doesn't like it. And the whole point of coming on this show is to kind of experience how someone else who, you know, you're not like spends a holiday. I just don't think there's any point in really complaining because it's a free holiday and this is the situation you find yourself in. It's not their fault because this is something that they really enjoy to do. They're not doing it to hurt you.
This isn't... There's nothing to say.
What can you say?
It's not horrible, it's filling my stomach. There's nothing else to say about it other than that.
It's not quite, marinated scallops on top of a nice, filet mignon steak. But it's filling my stomach, so, I approve.
Kim today was actually asking about the food I cook at home, so there's maybe some self-reflection going on as well, which is great.
She's probably just making conversation. I don't think she's thinking worse about herself because of what you cook at home. I think she just likes what she eats and you like what you eat. I don't think there's like anyone being better than the other person here.
Her way of eating is the biggest lot of I've ever heard. You don't have to go to that extreme to be healthy.
I love that they interview them when they're pissed at the end of the night. Like, for some reason it's a rule on TV now where, the people aren't allowed to be too pissed because, they can kind of say something that they don't mean, which can later, end up with getting sued or whatever. Back then, they literally just got them as pissed as possible and then just put a camera on them. It's so good. Shows from this era are just unmatched. The next morning, Simone, Kim and her daughter Kerry all go to the supermarket to restock, and Kim is finding it increasingly difficult to be with Simone, who's making the whole buying, the products thing a lot more harder than what it normally is.
Some of these cheeses are actually really nice. They're typical Spanish cheese. I don't want cheese anyway. I'm just saying because...
love, that's too spenny, man. Want us to get cheese out the fridge? Think I made of money? Unless it goes out a day to day and it's got like a different label on it, then yeah, possibly. I'll just get the slices, man. And when they get back to the hotel, you can see that Kim is really upset about the whole situation.
And I just feel as though like everything I'm saying is like the wrong thing.
I do think this must be really hard because, Kim definitely seems like someone that wants to uplift like our entire family. Like, she wants to make sure everyone around us having a good time, and clearly Simone isn't, so this is gonna obviously be hard for her. And also, this is their holiday this year, and I don't know if Holiday Showdown pays for the holiday. Hopefully they do, but they only get one of these a year, so if it's not going how she wants it, that's gonna be really stressful. It's like, when you go on holiday and it's raining or something just doesn't go to plan and you're like, oh, like, I've waited so long for this. Like, it makes everything, like, you've built it up so much, it makes everything much worse if it fails a little bit. And at this point, Kim actually threatens to leave the holiday. She wants to go home, but instead of leaving straight away, before she does, she calls an emergency meeting with both of the families to talk and sort everything out. And obviously this leads to an argument.
Would like to go home because I've had enough. But
Wait, did Alia, the child, go, ooh, that's a very negative thing to say? That would piss us off even more. If I was already pissed, I'd be like, oh, thank you. Coming from a child. It's just such a mature response. I'd be like, yes, you're right, okay, but that doesn't mean that I'm not sad that you're right.
We're not enjoying it. I mean,
There are aspects that we enjoy, but there's aspects we don't.
You know, I actually think everyone enjoys it but Simone. I think that's the only person that totally hates the holiday. She's the one that is kind of causing the most friction here, in my opinion.
We haven't actually seen our environment, that we're actually living the actual nature of the place.
I totally get that because I'm exactly the same. Like, I don't just want to stay in the hotel on holiday, but this whole process is you have a holiday how somebody else has it, and then the next week you have your own. So you can't complain about what they like to do because that's the whole show. You can't get a free holiday at this place and just do what you want to do because then there's no show, there's no concept. So that's just a silly thing to complain about when you know the show you've signed up for.
I was being perfectly honest. I have to say that the way you talk to us is kind of hostile.
She's actually so mature. The way she like conveys her thoughts is like, it's like she's a full-on adult. Let me know your opinion. Do you think that the Dohertys are being hostile? Obviously this is more of an argument, but like in general, because it's really difficult for me because growing up, like everybody kind of talks around me how they talk. So I don't know if that's like my perspective on it basically isn't that great because that's kind of normal to me how people speak to you growing up. The way that the plumbers talk where it's very calm and stuff like that, I just didn't have that around me when I was younger. Everything was just a bit mental.
what?
Exactly, that's what I say. I vote for what you say. I say just make a fresh start.
And after this chat, it's so clear that even though it's the first day, these families don't like each other, which is great for us.
They're meant to be the host and hostess, and it was more like the jailer and the prisoner.
It's such a hard one. It's such a hard one. Because yes, the Dohertys are coming in pretty hot, but also I feel like the plumbers are more sneaky at how they diss them. They're just more subtle about
I
it.
just think they're saving the money in the budget for a sour cream milk to go with a sour face.
This is gonna go so horrifically as the holidays go on. So after this really intense day, the Dohertys decide to take the plumbers out for tea. They take them to a local fish and chip shop, and Simone absolutely loves this, surprisingly, and she lives like happily ever after in Menorca for the rest of her life. No, if only that was true.
It's not bad.
No, I won't have it, sorry. No, it's okay. You get what you want, James.
Just have the fish. From her perspective, I get that she's a very picky eater, but she was up for having the fish, and then, you know, like, what did you expect the fish from a fish shop to be? He even showed you the fillet without the battering on to prove, I don't know, that it was a fish. Everyone else in the family wants it, so you might as well just get it. You know, like, it's one night, it's not going to kill you. It just seems like anything out of someone's comfort zone, she just instantly retracts from, which is fair enough, but again, like, why have you come on this show if you don't want to be out your comfort zone?
Listen, you only got once. Go for it.
Go on, love. Live life on the edge. Order that cod. Go on. I tell you what, it's like a roller coaster here. Honestly, balls of steel if you get that cod, love. This really isn't an overwhelming choice, in my opinion, at all. Especially if you eat fish anyway. It's just because it's not a posh fish. Look at the tension.
I feel really, really depressed, actually. It's been a bad day.
I do feel really sorry for her because she is taking this really badly. Like, she just wants everyone to have a nice time, and because they aren't, it's really, really affected her. I wonder if it's because somebody else doesn't enjoy the thing that she enjoys the most in the world, and that's really hurtful. I'm trying to understand this. To lift the entire spirits of both the families, the Dohertys decide to take the plumbers back to their hotel and enjoy the evening entertainment that has been set up here. However, this doesn't seem to help at all. It just makes things worse.
James, whereabouts you from?
I'm from SE10.
SE10. Okay, moving along.
Did he just say his postcode? Where you from? SE10? Alright. Do I look like an every driver? Oh, okay, right. You got a door number as well, mate. Just say London. SE10. Right, got it tattooed here. Greenwich till I die.
What do you do for a living, Danny?
Prostitute.
You're supposed to
Fucking hell, man.
find me a lady's bra.
The evening entertainment is so weird on holiday. Like, why would you need to get a lady's bra? Like, what is this? So strange. To be fair, Simone is whipping it off. Go on, love. I know I'm keeping interjecting with stories about my own holiday, but I always remember when I was in Turkey, the guy who was part of the evening entertainment also sold bags on the side. I don't know if it was like a side hustle from him. And I remember he said that he was going to take my mum away on a camel. My mum, who was pissed, went off with him, just like down the street in search of this camel, and just left me there next to the tennis tables. My stepdad was like looking for my mum. I was like, I have no idea. I think she's getting a camel. I have such a vivid memory of that, thinking, oh, well, that was a great experience having a mum. Guess she's got a camel now. Anyway, she's probably not going to thank me for telling that story. She doesn't watch these anyway. Faces of the plumbers, they hate it. Oh, they despise this. He's like the final boss of holiday evening entertainment, isn't he? After they finish this, James, who has been really calm during all of this, is even starting to rant about the holiday himself.
Because it's full of northerners, basically. It's like Blackpool in Spain. In fact, everybody here is from, pretty much seems to be from the north of England, with the exception of ourselves.
I get it. That's all right. James, I was defending you till this point. I see how it is, son. I didn't realise you could use northern as a type of slur now. Oh, it's full of northerns, right? Those bloody northerns. It's not my fault where I'm from. I can't change it. It's like bloody Blackpool on steroids, full of northerners. Does that make it worse? If there's northern people there? Don't answer that question. I have my own answer to it. That is so funny. I don't even take offence to that. It's just so funny that you will hear a northern accent on holiday and go, oh, God, the povos are here. Oh, God, I didn't even realise I have to worry about that on holiday now. Who cares what people think?
Normally when you go on holiday, you have freedom to explore the place where you're staying, not live in the sort of artificial goldfish bowl.
I love these little interviews they do with the little record and green screen over. It's like I'm watching the interviews they give on Avatar before they go into the Avatar's bodies. Interesting choice of interview setting there, producers. It's now the next day and the parents decide to actually get out the hotel for once and go to a water park. And one thing that I've noticed throughout this episode is the kids get on really well with each other. Like, the kids have even said after the show's finished they're still going to be friends and they're still going to talk, and it is really nice to see like this class divide that seems to be going on here doesn't apply to the children, and the children are just so pure and all they care about is, do we get on? That's the main thing, nothing else matters. We don't have any other ulterior motives. It's just so pure and so nice that it doesn't transcend to the children despite the parents hating each other. Like Alia, before coming here, I was so worried about a package holiday, yet she says this is one of the best days ever.
The first couple of days were a bit hard, but then once you get used to the family, it's really good.
I'm telling you, package holidays are mint, man. Less stress, it's all sorted for you. You get on the plane, you get on the bus, and then you're there. I seem like a really bad sales rep here. Link in the description. It's not. I wish, right? It's now the final night of the Doherty's holiday, and to celebrate, they're taking both of the families on the strip to have a bit of a party night.
They're taking them out on the town.
Look at this!
They're taking them out on the town.
She doing some sort of fishbowl while someone's standing at the bar just in disgust, just, what? I can understand though, even if you aren't, I guess, posh, that this type of holiday isn't to everyone's like. And honestly, like when I'm on holiday, I don't do this every day. I like to do it like once, just so you've done it on the holiday. But it is intense. I will give you that. Like, this is definitely not to everyone's taste. Look at the difference, man. They're just so contrasted. One thing that is really nice though is Simone actually puts the effort in here. Apparently she's a professional backing singer, so she actually gets on stage and shows her capabilities. Also, if you haven't already, please do drop a like on this video. Apparently it helps us out. I don't know why, but yeah, it only takes 2 seconds. It's free. Thank you, donuts.
Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright, yeah.
Too right, love. Right? You have done Bob proud.
Everything's gonna be alright.
Oh, she's singing to the crowd. They're not giving her much back though. No eye contact or nothing. Tough crowd. See, I would have been there in the front row like, go on, Simone, love. I don't know how I know your name, but go on. Class, man. The families then return back to the hotel and give their final verdict for this holiday before the great switch.
Kids have had a very good time doing the things that they wouldn't do. I guess I was in charge.
Well, like, go to a water park. Like, all right, the fun police is here. Like, they haven't done anything really outrageous at all.
Today has been the absolutely perfect day to end an holiday on.
And that is a positive thing going into the next holiday. Like, at least they've had a nice night, because up until this point, the last 6 days have been a disaster. But that is the wild thing. Like, obviously the families hate each other, so now they just want to go home and never see each other again. But they have to spend an entire another week with each other to a country where one of the families don't even know where they're going to. Genuinely, I feel like this holiday is going to be a lot more intense, because I don't really see the Dohertys following many of the plumbers' rules after the plumbers didn't kind of follow theirs. I feel like they're going to be a bit bitter about it. Now, obviously, before the Dohertys jet off to the next destination, they have to find out where they're going.
It's a place called Port Antonio, which is on the northeast coast of Jamaica.
I mean, I would be buzzing with that. Like, Jamaica, that's like an unbelievable destination. What? Now, at this point, Kim seems buzzing, but the show does give us a preview, which I'm not going to show you. You're going to have to wait for it, but I will let you know that she is not happy. She's fuming. And I need to know what led up to the point that I've just witnessed. Both the families then arrive in Port Antonio, and it's described as a hideaway for the rich and famous, which is like such an amazing tagline to have for a place. And in my opinion, I definitely say for a lot of people, that's like a once-in-a-lifetime holiday. What's even more amazing about it is they're going to be staying in a huge detached villa, which has its own jet ski and its own boat. And you can see that the Dohertys are just kind of in awe. Like, they're like, whoa, this is mental.
And that's in the middle of the night, and we can still see the bottom. God, I can't wait to in that. I'll change the colour.
His first words when he saw the clear water was, I can't wait to piss in that. That'll change the colour. Somehow I don't think it will. I doubt that everybody in Jamaica's going to wake up and go, hey, someone's pissed in this sea. The gradient, the colour, it's all off. Who was it? Oh no. Bloody tourists coming to our lands and pissing in our water.
2 big sand sharks.
Shark? It's a shark, Jamie.
Oh, Dad.
That's all I need.
What?
The shark.
That's all I need. What's even more mental about this hotel and the villa is that they're going to have a full-time private chef with them the entire time. And straight away when I seen this, I was like, oh, like James and Simone are rich. Like an entire private chef? What?
And brown bread.
So we're off to a good start then.
Oh my good lord. I mean, now I understand why Simone didn't want the cod from the fish shop. This is what she's used to. This fish looks like it sacrificed its own body. Like it volunteered as tribute to be a meal for this family. It was like, what? Holiday Showdown? Honestly, that's a min show. Please, can I be like, can I be the meal for everybody? It would be an honour. My crack's so shit sometimes. And when they're sitting down eating this fish, the plumbers lay out their rules, which obviously the Dohertys have to follow. However, they don't seem too pleased about it. Even just, right, they've got filter water as well, man. Come on. Every expense is mental here.
So are you saying that I can't have beer here?
We prefer not to, that's all right.
That's why.
We don't drink.
But we do.
I don't understand why these people come on this show. You're meant to experience what it's like going on a holiday how someone else likes to enjoy it. So why do you go to this new destination and just do what you want to do? That's not the show. I don't understand these people.
As if you want to drink moderately, but not drinking all day.
I don't drink all day, and if I do drink all day, you'd never see me drunk.
Like, she's really defensive here. I don't think it's a big thing what they're asking for. I understand that Kim on holiday, drinks a lot, and that's a big part of her holidays, but she's never been to Jamaica before. This is a brand new experience. Like, maybe this can show that you don't need to drink as much on holiday to have a good time. Like, this might actually be a positive thing.
So I can't smoke and I can't drink.
You can smoke outside.
So what can I do on this holiday?
And also, like, smoking indoors, I feel like that's a really fair thing to say you're not allowed to do because there's children here. She's just said you can smoke outdoors or, I imagine on the balcony, but not indoors. That's totally fair, in my opinion. I feel like Kim's just been really defensive for no reason.
All you have to do is go onto the balcony.
I don't like being told that I can't, because you tell me I can't and I will light up right this minute.
Kim is like proper let herself down here now. I think her true colours are kind of coming out now. She's just a bit of a big baby. Oh yeah, well I don't like getting told what to do. It's like, you're not, like, what are you, a child? We're not telling you what to do. This is just how this works.
If I get a cigarette out now and she says that, I'm going to smack her. I'm so angry and I can't look at her right now.
Ooh. Yeah, that was a threat. I will smack her in the face if I look at her again. Yeah, I think that is a threat, actually. Surprised, the camera crew are like, yeah, this will be fine, just see how it plays out.
I've not asked to have half your money. I've not asked for anything else apart from some beer.
I've not asked for a £20,000 loan. Okay, will you give us some praise for that? I'm not like other people. I do understand that she, a beer might help her just chill out a little bit. She's probably jet lagged. She's probably really tired. Like, I know I'm making excuses for her here because she is acting like a dick. But I also think from her point of view, she's just got her back up because Simone was a bit of an arse on her holiday. So she's kind of feels like she's in the right being an arse on Simone's holiday.
We've chosen that the food on
So I've
this
got to eat
holiday
what you eat then, haven't I?
will
You know
be-
what? It's about as much as I'm taking from her, because I'm going to smack her one.
I actually think Kim needs to be restrained because she said that twice now and I don't want to fuck around and find out what happened the third time. There is definitely double standards going on here because Simone didn't eat the food that they told them to eat in Menorca and Kim kind of folded, whereas Simone isn't folded here, which is what is pissing Kim off and why she's going to knock her out apparently.
I don't mind if she wants to see me as being a It's her choice.
Smoking indoors. Go on, love.
I want to punch her.
I don't think you're the only one on the holiday. Don't get on with her.
But even there, like, the balcony door's so close. Like, if they've asked you, like, can you just go to the balcony? And it's literally just a metre away. I don't think that's a big ask, personally. But again, I'm not like a heavy smoker. I don't really have the best perspective on if that is really, really inconvenient.
Suitcases ain't even unpacked. I don't mind putting them back in a van tomorrow and shoot off. Doesn't worry me. So I can have a better time in East London with real people.
Let me know in the comments, do you think they're overreacting or not? Because they're in Jamaica, in a detached villa. Like, this might be the only time they ever spend a week in this country. I don't know. I would just try my best to, have only 2 beers a day, if that's what they want, just so I can experience this country. I don't really think it's a deal breaker, personally. It's definitely not something that you should leave in the middle of the night for. I think it's just an ego thing that's going on here, and I think it's more that she's annoyed that she can't get her own way. The show then progresses to the next day, and luckily the Dohertys haven't left. They've decided to unpack all their belongings. She said the only reason she's staying is because the place is so lovely. However, James does say the fact that she is staying makes him really worried because he feels like one of the wives are going to end up punching the other one, which is always a good worry to have on holiday. What's a holiday without the threat of punching someone? Not a good one. And to kind of take their minds off this situation, the plumbers have decided to take the Dohertys into a local market, and they've also set like a 2k budget so they can buy pretty much whatever they want. Now, obviously, Daddy works at a market back home, so he's like haggling all of the people who work there to get the price lower, even though there's kind of not a price limit on his head.
Is that the best you can do, young lady? I'll go on to 50.
No, I can't sell for that.
But I love you.
I love you too.
I love you more. Give us a hug.
Also, is he wearing a do-rag? This guy, man.
I've got it.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Look at their faces. They're looking at him like, what a plonker. They're not pleased at all. Now, despite this little trip to the market, the Dohertys are still unhappy.
I've got mixed emotions. One minute I want to punch her face in, and then the next minute she's just been nice to me.
I'd rather come back here with Hannibal Lecter.
This show is fucking mental. Like, what even is it at this point? You're probably thinking it can't get worse than this. Oh, just wait, it gets so much worse. But before it gets worse, the plumbers have organised both them and the Dohertys to go to the local jerk chicken festival, and Danny isn't happy.
Because we went to a festival that was actually named after him. It was called the Jerk Festival.
I can't believe how much these families despise each other. Like, they're on holiday. It's meant to be the happiest time of your life. And they're having the worst. Like, if I was on holiday with another family who were very different to my family, I would like to think, just, for the process of having a good time, I would just be nice. But neither Daddy or Kim is trying to be.
Sweating hot, trying to keep tabs on the kids, couldn't enjoy it.
God, everyone in this show is a misery. I do understand, though, it would be very stressful trying to keep tabs on the kids and like 1,000 people, especially in that heat. Like, it would be even hotter there. And on top of this, the Dohertys are very much a family that never move from the pool on holiday, so this will be so overwhelming for them. But I do feel like they are acting like babies a bit.
No way to sit.
Terrible. Sit on the bag here.
I don't want to sit on a bag, thanks, Sam.
Like, all anyone does in this show is just complain. God. The families then go home and James is talking about this house that he built in Jamaica. Apparently it's this like luxury 4-bedroom place. He built it from the ground up. And apparently it's like one of the best homes in Jamaica and he built it by himself. Like he's really bigging this place up. And the Dohertys ask to see it. So the next day they actually all go to see it and the Dohertys aren't impressed.
It looks like it's been caught in a twist.
I love how they revel in taking the piss out of Nothing makes the Dohertys more happy than seeing the plumbers, seem to fail.
We ain't got to stay here all day, have we?
They're kind of being disrespectful, yeah, in my opinion.
We screwed it to the rock.
But apparently, like, James and his family have stayed in here on holiday. But yet, they were mocking the place in Menorca for not being nice. Like, I'm not trying to compare the two, but if you give me the choice where I'd rather stay for a week, I'd probably choose the Menorca one.
So what's this? Is this the old smelly wacky Becky? You smoke that? Yeah. All right on.
I guarantee if Kim was given the option to go on holiday with this guy rather than the plumbers she has chosen, she would say yes.
Nah, sorry. I'd rather live in this tree than live in that.
I do think it's because James was kind of bigging it up to be this huge like mansion, so they had their expectations really high, so when they saw it they were shocked. But they are being a bit disrespectful here because James has mentioned that many people from the local community often use this place as a place to live if there's a storm or something, so he has done it with nice intentions, even though, you know, he kind of played it out to be bigger than what it was. Simone then gives both the families traditional Jamaican food, and the Dohertys again are quite, you know, dismissive and disrespectful towards it.
It is disgusting.
Like, it's just fish and fruit. Like, the way that they're chewing it, they're purposely doing this to be like, oh no. But then again, Simone was being an arse with their food. I feel like they would have been more open to try it if Simone was more open to trying their food. I feel like they're just reciprocating that energy here, honestly. They're just trying to get their own back. Now, you're probably thinking most of the drama's over at this point, like how much more can they really argue about? Well, the next day, the plumbers actually take the Dohertys on their idea of paradise, and to get to this place that they've bigged up so much, there's an hour walk in a rainforest where it's raining and it's warm and the Dohertys are just sick of their lives. But they eventually get to this waterfall, which is like so beautiful after an hour of walking. And you'd think, like, you know, seeing this in the middle of like a rainforest would be so kind of magical and such like a once in a lifetime thing. Yet the Dohertys are just so miserable about it.
Bloody horrible.
She's just like interrupted their interview there. Like, that's how angry she is. I think I would crease too. Like, if I was in a waterfall like this and two people are just complaining, being miserable, the only thing you can't really do is laugh. I totally understand that this might not be a holiday that suits you, but I just feel like you can respect how beautiful it is. But then we get to see possibly the biggest confrontation in the entire episode yet. As for the first time, the daughter Kerry from the Doherty family pipes up.
We've got a horrible walk back.
When I was in Menorca, I had my face painted up. Do you think I like it?
Yeah, I'm kind of with the plumbers here. Like, it's part of the show. Like, yes, you know, you don't like it, but you do it because you know that, you know, this other family do this on holiday. I honestly don't really understand where the Dohertys are coming from here. Even Kim, the mum, isn't saying anything to her daughter, like being like, look, like, you don't have to be disrespectful towards them when you're kind of, you know, displaying your argument.
We experienced your holiday and we've done that and we don't like it.
So, you know, the whole point of this show is trying to convince each other that your holiday is better than the other person's. I honestly feel like they've both failed. I don't think either of these would swap each other's holidays for their own. Let me know in the comments whose holiday you would choose. I'll give my opinion at the end when the episode ends, but early there. The families do go home and have their last dinner together, and you can tell they really despise each other. Like, Danny at one point says, look, we're never going to see each other again. Let's just be civil. Like, we don't need to pretend to be friends. You wouldn't go on our holiday. We wouldn't come here again. And although it has been tough to see them argue at times, it's so refreshing to see people just be themselves and be flawed, because on shows these days, every reality TV show you watch seems so manufactured and people are trying to put on the best version of themselves, and it almost feels like the editing has to save a lot of shows, like especially shows like Married at First Sight. They'll edit stuff out of context, you know, edit like certain reactions when they don't actually belong in that situation just to make it look like someone's reacted badly to something. With this, there's no editing. it's just cuts. No effects, no nothing. It's literally just the people being raw. And for that reason, I love TV from this era, even though the people on it possibly aren't the best. But I'd rather have people being raw who aren't the nicest people, rather than people who aren't nice pretending to be something that they're not. Little rant there, but you know what I mean? It's just refreshing. The families then say their goodbyes to each other, never to see each other ever again. However, they do have to send like a video to each other once they get home, and they are a little bit more like sassy about their replies when they know they're not going to see them again.
You're not as important as you think you are. You know, you're nothing to me. Yeah, I forgot about you already.
Well, I don't think you have, Kim, because you've mentioned him by name. So, you know, I don't think you have forgot about him. I get the sentiment though. Basically, you're saying you're dead to me.
I did lose my temper quite a bit at the time, and you know, I shouldn't have done.
Look how miserable everyone looks. Everyone looks so much more miserable now. Everyone looks so zapped of life. I realise it's because yous aren't on holiday anymore. But when yous were on holiday, yous were just being twats. Well, that is the end of the episode, Donuts. I hope you have enjoyed this. If there is any, like, I'm thinking about making a niche of TV from this period of shows that you possibly haven't heard of. So let me know which other ones you'd like me to cover, and this is something you're interested in. Also, if you don't mind dropping a like on this video, I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to see me react to a TV show called Rich Holiday, Poor Holiday, which is the new version of this, the spin-off of it, 7,000 likes and we will do that. And if you want to watch me react to a TV show from the same period as this, which has even more controversial people in it, click this video right here. I will see you over there. Bye bye, Donuts.